liners, but tell me this. Lines in the chat once you complete this puzzle, of course. Like, it's not a tumor, and get to the chopper! And who can forget rubber baby buggy bumpers from Last Action Hero? Yes, of course. Anyway, here, we got De Niro. Oh, the Lego game! Yes, of course, the Lego game that happened with HQ there. Yeah, the one that was nominated for an Emmy there. Yes, indeed. Alrighty. The movie cemented in the minds of a generation that sometimes the sequel can be better than the original. The movie was Terminator 2, and the line is "Hasta la vista, baby." And it looks like the 43 of you managed to get that one right. Unfortunately, 4 of you won't be back unless you use an extra life. Okay, I'm going to stop doing that Arnold impression. Anyway, picture it. 2 families with ancient grudges are at each other's throats. But 2 teens from the warring factions find their way into each other's lives and into the heart of the maelstrom. As the 2 of them part ways after confessing their feelings for one another, one offers this balcony goodbye. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fairest. This moon was already sick and pale with grief, that thou her maid art far more fair than she. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. You haven't heard Shakespeare until you've heard it in the original Klingon. In any event, good night, that I shall say good night till it be morrow. Parting is such sweet sorrow. And 35 of you managed to get that one right. Unfortunately, for 10 of you, your revels are now ended. All right, if you're still in it to win it, give yourself a pat on the back because we are now officially halfway through tonight's game. And let's bring out a Reggie clip here. I mean, just for all time's sake here. Reggie, yes indeed. Beautiful. Me as its target audience when the group that popularized it was in its heyday. For probably the easiest puzzle ever, tell me this NSYNC hit. I would say it's going to be May, but it's been January for the past several months. Let's take a look and see what we got here. Yes, a lot of Reggies there. Patty says Big Kitty. That's not a cat there. My favorite HQTV things is seeing Farad swank vest. So thank you very much here. Yes, I appreciate it. Me, but it ain't no lie, baby. Bye. And all of you got that one right. Of course you did, because NSYNC is like one of the more popular bands out there. Yes, of course. Okay, well, many musical acts also have a final album. Some are due to the group disbanding, while others are decided to simply go on their own terms. Tell me the name of the band's final bow. We're talking about the musical group, the band, not just some random band here. I'd also talk about bands like Yes and The Who, but I'd end up sounding like an Animaniac sketch, so I'll just go back to the chat here. Let's see here. Reggie, okay, I don't want to say goodbye. I completely understand that. Yes, of course. What do we got here? Dancing like Deadpool. Dancing like Deadpool. Only have to type one letter. Yeah, that one was pretty easy quote beforehand here. Okay, let's go. At the Winterland Ballroom in San Francisco in 1976, the original members of the musical group The Band had a farewell appearance that was made into a movie and soundtrack album. It became known as The Last Waltz. And it looks like we're whittling it down here. 28 of you managed to get that one right. Unfortunately, 12 of you got that one incorrect, but hopefully you'll be able to use those extra lives. But the chances of using those are now starting to become a little bit less. The fireplace roars. Snow falls gently outside, and the carols have faded away. The gifts have been unwrapped, and the house is still, with a peaceful quiet. Let us now conclude with this festive closing. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know that I had nothing to dread. Didn't know the word dread was in that poem there. All right. He sprang to a sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, And to all, a good night. Yes, indeed, here. And 30 of you managed to get that one right. Unfortunately, 3 of you got a lump of coal on that question there. All right. Well, again, hoping you'll be able to jump right back in. The next puzzle, as we jump into double digits, has another international flair to it. It's an optimistic saying that reflects the home country's cultural emphasis on social connections and the hope of future encounters. In essence, it's the classic French farewell. It roughly translates to the phrase "to seeing you again," and as you can probably tell now by now, the theme for tonight's show are different sorts of goodbyes. Hopefully, this will make things a little easier for everyone playing to get some of that $40. I can't dance. So you are out already. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Où est la discothèque? Parlez-vous français? Non? Bon. Au revoir. La Sange at Solar Branch, and 28 of you managed to get that one right. Unfortunately, 3 of you got that one incroyable. No, that's not the right word to say there. But anyway, hopefully you'll be able to get in those extra lives. But now is the last chance for you to do this, because we are now at the penultimate puzzle. The last chance for you to use those extra lives to stay in the game. We continue our little trip across the pond with a more casual or familial way to send one off in its home country, which also places the emphasis on the hope for future encounters. Probably won't be the case here, but in any event, tell me this Italian goodbye. Okay. Looks like I did all the checking of the chat, I think. Yep, that's pretty much everything. It's starting to get real now. We are now in the home stretch with all these puzzles here. So we'll see how this all goes. Hi, Alexi. Yes, indeed. Okay. This literally means until we... Unlike the word ciao, which is actually a word that is used for both hello and goodbye, we were looking for arrivederci. And for the 25 of you that are still playing, and any of you that are using extra lives, are you ready? Because it is now time for the final puzzle. If you made it this far, be proud and be humble, because if you get this puzzle right, you will win or share that cash prize. No extra lives, no mercy. Here we go. Sometimes bowing out does not involve a grand demonstration. Sometimes, once the scene is set, the lines are spoken, and the dramatic moment has passed, one simply blends a sneaky send-off. It's the final countdown. Okay. Those of a certain age I remember the cartoon character Snagglepuss, who, when faced with a rather perilous situation, would exclaim, "Exit! Stage left!" And it looks like we have 23 winners of my last episode of HQTV Words. Congratulations to all of you! You came, you saw, you solved. You've each split the $40, which comes to $1.74 per person. I guess we made this a little bit too easy. And the winner's circle includes Urban Sombrero, Santaman, Eugene, the Trivia Machine, K. Bendel, Best Can Ever, Izzy YR 0315, or Isaiah, I believe his name is. Barney, Got Chipotle Codes for Days, Noel Sarah, Poop Loop, Lizzie Beth 88, Jeremy TR93, Who Kitty, RB Race. Was 1359, Nerd Girl 1977, Uncle Ron 1230, Annie B 4711, and Microwave, or is it pronounced Microwave? Anyway, here we go. That's all she wrote. A reminder to join the HQTV community TV to chat it up with fellow fans by signing up in our Discord. Take a screen cap of the game right now and use the QR code or the web address to join in. You can also follow the HQTV Twitter feed at PlayHQTV for updates. And just a quick reminder, you can be sure to tune in a couple of hours for the After Dark game with Daniel Wolken. The price for that is going to be $20. It's going to be a pretty cool game of trivia there. So be sure to tune in for that. Special thanks to the creators of HQ's graphics, music, sounds, and development. and countless others. This fan-run project has been a labor of love, and it wouldn't have looked nearly as nice without the work that you have all put into it. You can follow me on Threads and Instagram at FARD Muhamed. Now, I have some parting words on my final broadcast. This is bittersweet for me, but as Dennis Miller once said, well, actually said repeatedly on the show, the highest rung of the ladder of entertainment pain is nowhere near the lowest rung of the ladder of real life pain. Hosting HQ Trivia in Words has been a goal of mine for almost a decade, and for a year I actually got to accomplish that goal. And that will continue to be a source of pride for me for years to come. I want to thank first and foremost my wife Patty for episode. You're one in a billion. I love you very, very much. Extra special thanks to the producers, writers, and other contributors to HQTV, including producers Russ Price and Natlan Reeves, head writer H. Quintessential, graphic designer and editor and upcoming host Daniel Wolkin, and fellow hosts Daniel Prinzen and Boone Cook, along with the rest of the coders, question and puzzle writers, and other crew members who have made all of these games possible. We strove to continue the legacy of HQ Trivia, and it's my hope that we succeeded in some ways. I thank the original host of HQ in my last game, but I just wanted to give an extra special shout out to the main host of HQ Words, Anna Roisman and Timothy Dunn. You two have and so it's been a real treat to do so many times over a year later. Lastly, I want to thank all of you one last time for joining me. I always say that you're all winners in my book, and that is true. That has never been true now. That has never been more true now more than ever. That's true. You are the hardcore ride or die HQ fans, and we wouldn't have done as many of these games if y'all didn't show up despite the issues that we faced since 2023. Not only that, you didn't just welcome me into your home, but into the palm of your hand. That's a connection I never took lightly or for granted. I do hope that whatever I plan to do next, it'll be met with as much enthusiasm that you have given to HQTV. Let's get